Welcome to another video by me, Ryan, as always, and today we're going to look at Storm King's Thunder. This has been out for a while, and I haven't done a video because for some reason I didn't do one. So, as you can imagine, this is to do with giants. Stand with or against giants in this adventure for the world's greatest role-playing game from Wizards of the Coast. So, like I said, it's got giants in it. It's a full campaign. It does say it ranges from levels 1 to 10. But that all depends on your character, your group size, and your equipment that you have. So obviously, if you've got more powerful equipment, you'll be able to take on more powerful enemies. Now, some of the enemies in this book go higher than CR 10. So I probably would run it higher than level 10 if I were you. You don't want to get them ganked at the end of the campaign. As always with Wizards of the Coast, they have a smaller version of the cover with a little excerpt or a disclaimer in here. The disclaimers are always witty, so this one is: creatures and objects in this adventure are bigger than they appear. No giant beanstalks were damaged and no golden geese were harmed in the making of this book. Which is quite nice. We have the contents page, as you would imagine, all the contents. The locations are in alphabetical order. This is a rather loose, free-form adventure. There is a structure to it per se, but it's up to you as a DM to sort that out. So there is a list of major NPCs because there are a lot of NPCs. Descriptions on what they look like and what chapter or parts of the story that they appear in. There are 2 pages to this. Some giant runes and what they stand for. So if you want handouts to your people, your players. A list, pictures of some of the main characters, specifically the Storm Giant and Hekaton and his family. Then we have some more at the top, as well as all the information about them in the first section. Flicking through, nice cover, nice double page there. So adventure flowchart. This is pretty much the structure that you should follow to a certain extent, but it is D&D, so players like to turn left at every turn, which is correct. You want them to turn right. So this explains on how the adventure should flow. But you can do it as you please. But from a narrative point of view, you should follow it down. Yeah, but you can circle back and complete all of these before you move on to them, and you can complete these before you move on to that. And there's some other bits and bobs. You can run it from level 1, but you can jump in at level 5 if you want to. It does explain in the book how to do that, and you can run other published adventures from 1 to 4. And then progress into that, and it does give you a description. Sorry about the focus; my hands are weaving in front of the screen. It does tell you how to do that in the book as well, and as you can imagine, it goes through all the chapters. There is a lot of text in this book. I would advise reading it multiple times to try and get a understanding on how it flows. I'm going to be forever if I keep flicking one page at a time. It does cover all the areas, like I said, in alphabetical order, so you'd want to check that out as much as possible. There are a lot of detailed maps, etc., in this book as well. It's another double page of a fire giant. The artwork is really nice. Castle, Linarmel Castle, very similar to the one that they ran at PAX, layout wise. Could it be the same one? Probably is. Somebody write in the comments if it is. And at the end, there's a few layers in here as well as a secret layer at the end. And then we get to what people like to enjoy the most. So in this section here, it tells you linking the adventures together in the Appendix A. You can look at all these free previews on the Wizards website. So you can run Mines of Phandelver, Horde of the Dragon Queen, Prince of the Apocalypse, and Out of the Abyss if you wanted to. Levels 1 to 4, and then throw in the giants, run them one after the other. I wouldn't run them together because that would get messy really quickly. Magical items. It chronicalizes all the magical items in here for you to check out. A lot of them do pertain to giants, where they give you certain buffs and abilities if you use the rune as is, or you could infuse it into a shield, weapon, or piece of armor, and it gives you other things, which is pretty cool. I like what they've done with that. A few weapons, a potion here and there, and then the Worm Skull Throne, because it does appear in the campaign. So if you do have it, it tells you what you can do with it. It's a wondrous item, artifact, very powerful. One of the characters, I believe, from the campaign. And then we get into the stat blocks. There's a few new things in here. So we've got a hulking crab, a crag cat, Magira, the Dawn Titan, who's a fire elemental, I believe, purple worm, a wormling, so a child, or lesser purple worm, I guess, Tresium, or cats with wings. Great, that's what cats need. As a cat owner myself, don't want cats to have wings. Uthgrot, shaman, yak folk warrior, and a priest, because they appear in the campaign as well. And then some new giant options. So if you've got the monster manual, you can select to add in a few other things to make them a little bit more flavorable. We have the special NPCs, which are cut out. Don't cut them out. You can get the free PDF version off the Wizards website. I suggest doing that and cutting them out yourself on a little bit of card. I cut a line, I cut across here, turn the image upside down, sellotape it, not back here at the top, so the image is upside down. That way I can hang it over the DM screen so the players can see the picture, and then I've got all this information back there, which is quite nice. And then some other bits and bobs. It's a very loose video for this because there's so much information. I could spend an hour talking to you about it, but content wise, it's just as good as any of the books that they've done. But giants, you definitely need the monster manual with this because there's a lot of reference to characters, to monsters and NPCs in there. You don't need Volo's Guide to Monsters to run this campaign, but I would get it anyway. Great book. Can't say much more. I probably will do more videos on this on certain sections of the book, so I can go in more in depth. But yeah, great book. I will see you in the next video. Do all the lovely YouTube stuff. Take care of yourself. Stay kind to each other and play more games because life is too short. Peace.